Which Italian cities have the best quality of life? Every year, Il Sole 24 Ore, which is a financial newspaper in Italy, makes a ranking of all the major cities in Italy, technically the provinces, and you can think of them as the major cities with surrounding areas included. This year, we have a few changes and a few surprises. However, what does not change is that the north tends to do a lot better than the south. This is not because the north is beautiful and the south is not. On the contrary, the south is wonderful, it's beautiful, amazing food, very friendly people, great weather. The south has a lot of great qualities. However, when they make this ranking, they consider a lot of factors. And when there is a lack of jobs, the economy is tough locally, services are not as good, there aren't as many business opportunities, that really penalizes you on this ranking. And keep in mind, this is a financial newspaper, so they're going to be a little bit biased towards economic indicators and things related to the economy. So obviously the North has better services and tends to have a better economy. They have more opportunities for jobs. This is not a map of where should you go if you already have your own retirement money, or if you're going there as a tourist and visiting, or even as a second home. It's perfectly fine to buy in the South. This is a ranking of you're there as an Italian trying to make a living, then you're going to struggle in the South, unfortunately. And that's why it's so penalized in the rankings. So without further ado, let's see who made the top 10 in the list. In the 10th place, we have Ascoli Piceno in the Marche region. I actually spent my teenage years very close by, and I can kind of confirm that it's a very nice place. Nice people, nice food. If you like a slower pace of life, it's definitely a nice area to consider. In the 9th place, we have Bologna in Emilia-Romagna. And Bologna is always in the top 10, almost always. They always place Bologna quite high up because objectively it's a very nice city, full of life, has very good universities. In fact, the oldest university. And it's full of life because of so many people coming in as students and great food. Lots and lots of reasons to like Bologna. In the 8th place, we have Vicenza in the Veneto region. The Veneto region as a whole is a very, very nice place. And Vicenza is certainly a nice city to visit or to relocate to. In the 7th place, we have the gorgeous Verona, also in the Veneto region. And you might be familiar with Verona because of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. And it's increasingly becoming one of the most visited cities in Italy. In the 6th place, we have Udine in the Friuli Venezia Giulia region. This one was actually first last year, so it lost a few positions, but obviously it's still ranking quite well, so it's still a great place to live in. In the 5th place, we have Cremona in Lombardia, also a beautiful city. And you're not far from Milan, so if you need a bigger city, you're not really far away from it. In the 4th place, we have Monza, or Monza Brianza for the province, in Lombardia as well. Great place. One of my best friends lives there, and he raves about it. It's a very nice, human-sized city, not far from Milan as well. In the 3rd place, we have Bolzano, or Bozen, as the Germans call it, and it's in Trentino Alto Adige. This is the kind of place that is very German, Austrian, half the people speak German, half the people speak Italian, and so on. So it's a very peculiar place to visit if you're an Italian, because it's quite different, but it's very, very nice. It's a place that stereotypically really loves to follow rules. Services are efficient, and if you like the mountains and the cold in the winter, it's a very nice place. If you're a native German speaker, it's actually a great place to move to because you can get by even not knowing Italian. In the 2nd place, we have Trento, also in Trentino Alto Adige. a little bit less German than Bolzano, but still quite Nordic in its culture and tradition for sure. And in the first place, as a surprise, we have Bergamo in Lombardia as well. Bergamo is a beautiful city, and it's one that was really affected by COVID back in 2020. A ton of people died during the pandemic in Bergamo, but somehow the city managed to show us its strengths and courage, and they rebuilt to a thriving city, a city that is really doing well right now. So there you have it. Don't take these rankings too seriously, even though they do try to consider many factors. This is very subjective. If you love the beach and the good weather, Bergamo is not going to be a great option, even if it's a place where there are good economic opportunities and good jobs. So it's up to you to decide where to visit, where to relocate if you decide to relocate to Italy. Nevertheless, this is a nice, fun guideline of places that objectively offer a lot if you decide to move in those cities.